Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. I'm sitting in a 36 Ford 3-window. This is a new car to the channel for a short amount of time, but while we have it, we are going to be detailing it. Well, boys and girls, finished product of the chrome and the aluminum anyways, and I do believe you can tell a difference. It does look a heck of a lot better. So it looks a lot better. I can definitely see a difference. Unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to do this probably 2, 3, maybe 4 more times just to get some of this. I might actually take the handle off so that I can get around everything nice, and that would allow me to polish this separately without screwing up this and vice versa. So I'm going to probably go ahead and do that, but I can see still here along the edge I've got some of that haziness and some scratches in there yet from the sanding, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of hit some of these areas again and again and again. So let's do it. So here it is after a couple swipes. I'll let that light dance off of there a little bit, but you can see now that some of that milkiness is gone, especially in these areas here. This, I've got a little bit in this lower section here, and a little bit up in here to get. It's just tedious stuff, and you know, with the curves and the cracks, and you're trying not to get stuff everywhere to make more of a mess or make more work for yourself, but it does pay off because it's gonna look a lot better. It already does, as you can tell yourself, but we're gonna work on some of that haze. I mean, it's getting closer, right? From what it looked like before to what this is, and how this part is supposed to be, how this is supposed to look like that. I mean, we're getting there, boys. We're getting there. still not 100%, like right in this corner here where the light is bending. That area needs a little help yet. Actually, all of this right in this little zippity section here, that still needs some help. A little bit right in here, but not too bad. And around this section, yeah, just a touch. Okay, boys, let's get some light walking on that. It's still not a hundo on there, but it definitely looks a lot better as far as the haze or the dull. It's starting to, come to life. It's looking more like this here when the light hits it just right. You can still see sand marks though, unfortunately, and I honestly think the only way to get rid of the sand marks is to wet sand it over with a finer grit and just kind of walk it down and recut and buff, but it's tough. So I don't know if I'm going to keep going all the way across. The light's not on here, but it's a little dull. I probably won't have to get as abrasive with it, but it still needs a little attention. But that is coming around, boys. It's coming around. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, I think I'm pretty good with the compound, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw on some Meguiar's cleaner wax and see if that kind of shines it up a bit. I'm pretty close, and I don't want to get too far into that clear because I don't know how thick it is. Alright, boys. What do you think? Close? Better? Leave your comments below. What do you think? I think it looks a lot better. I can still see some sand marks and yes, some fading. As you can just see as the light dances, it's not sharp and crisp. The reflection of it anyway. But it looks a lot better. I got a lot of those marks out around handle there. I mean, there's some still there. It's tough. It's tough. It needs to be wet sanded is what it really needs. But, I mean, as opposed to what it looked like before, our difference between that and that is significantly closer to the same now. So the driver's side here of the dash is not as bad. And we're just going to go ahead and use a light compound, give it a hand rub and a wax, and we're going to call that good. Well, boys and girls, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to get too crazy with it because, I mean, where do you stop and start and all that? So, it's definitely a huge improvement overall as far as all of the chrome and the dash itself, all of the little intricacies here in the steering wheel, all the little vents around all the little nooks and crannies of the radio. We got all that stuff taken care of. We took a little brush and scrubbed around all of the turn signals and the headlight indicator LEDs. So all of that stuff is super spruced up and is looking pretty tight, but there's only one thing left to do. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here today as far as the dash goes. I am going to go ahead and do some interior stuff, and I'll show you that progress at a later time. But I think the next thing we're really going to focus on is under the hood. So join me next time when we start detailing the engine bay. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment below. If you did, let me know what you think of the progress. It's always good to hear from you guys. And make sure to hit that subscription button if you haven't done so. All that really is helpful, and it's very greatly appreciated. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.